Most people think their hormones are out of control because of their thyroid, ovaries, or adrenals. But here's the truth. Those organs aren't the boss. They're really the employees. The CEO of the hormone lives in your brain, and if the CEO is stressed, burned out, then the company, your body, falls into chaos. Today, I'm going to break down the hierarchy of hormonal communication so you can understand how your body really works and why your symptoms may not start where you think they do. So let's start with the CEO, the hypothalamus. So the hypothalamus is in the brain, and it is the top, the CEO. And this tiny area in your brain acts like the surveillance system of your body. It's always scanning. Are you stressed? Do you need more energy? Are you safe? You need rest? Do you need to digest? When it detects a need, it sends a memo, hormone releasing signals to the next level of command. And what is the next level of command? That's middle management, and that's the pituitary gland. So that's step 2 down from the hypothalamus. Under the hypothalamus is the pituitary gland. So the pituitary gland takes the CEO's orders and delegates. If the hypothalamus says we need more stress hormone, the pituitary tells the adrenals. If it says we need thyroid hormone, it gives the instructions to the thyroid. Think of it like an executive assistant making sure the right departments get the memo, right? So then come the first responders. Those are the adrenals and others like the thyroid and the ovaries and the testes. We're talking about men too. These are the departments that are actually carrying out the orders. For example, your adrenals release cortisol and adrenaline during stress. Your thyroid controls metabolism. Your ovaries regulate reproductive hormones. But here's the kicker. They don't act on their own. They're just following orders from the pecking order from above. So there's also this feedback loop that's happening as well. So your hormones work in a feedback system. For example, when cortisol levels rise, they signal back to the hypothalamus and the pituitary, hey, we've got enough. You can stop sending orders. So it's like a thermostat, keeping your house at the right temperature. Too much or too little creates imbalance, right? So there's chemical messengers, endocrine, paracrine, autocrine chemical messengers. And these are also very important. The endocrine, these are long distance messages. The paracrine, these are like neighboring cells. And the autocrine, these are looping around back to the same cell. So how do hormones actually communicate? That's the question. Well, endocrine hormones travel through your bloodstream like a global email blast, right? Everybody's going to get the information. The paracrine system, they act like neighborhood gossip because they're closer. And the autocrine system, they talk to themselves, like texting yourself a reminder, don't forget to pick up the laundry. So what's the big picture? So the whole thing, when we put it all together, the hierarchy flows brain, pituitary, glands, cells. So if you're dealing with hormone chaos, fatigue, weight struggles, mood swings, it's not always about the ovaries or the thyroid. The problem may be higher up in the chain, starting in the brain's stress system. So what can you do? Well, there's definitely steps you can take to help with the HPA axis. And this is why calming the nervous system and restoring that HPA axis is essential. If the CEO is in burnout, the whole company struggles. And if you want to dive deeper in how to reset this hierarchy and bring your hormones back into balance, you can join me on one of my next webinars, or you can click the link to watch my video letter that I have. So there's a lot of different ways, or you can get in touch with me by DMing me. I'm Dr. Michelle.